In this question, px is a quadratic expression. That means the highest power of our variable is 2. And then they say this equation. So you should write down this equation. Px equal to 0, which means that 4x squared plus 12x plus c equal to 0. For a quadratic equation, we have equal roots. So since we know there is equal roots, therefore the determinant, which is the indicator to show you that is there two different real roots, one equal roots, or we don't have any real roots. So in this case, for real roots, we have delta. The indicator is equal to 0. Basically, what is delta is because whenever we have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, by quadratic formula, we know that whenever it is in this format, then we know that the roots is equal to negative b, positive negative square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. To determine whether it is real number or not totally depends on the square root here. So that's why we say it is an indicator. When there is equal roots, that means plus or minus 0, which is the same. So that's why we only have one result. So which means that the delta, we call that delta, is equal to 0. Or you just simply memorize it. Anyway, so we are talking about b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. b squared, the coefficient of x is positive 12. A, that means the coefficient of x squared is positive 4. While c represents that the constant term here is also called c. This is our equation with c be the only unknown, so we can solve it. It's 144 minus 16c equal to 0. So negative 16c is equal to negative 144. Then we both sides divide by negative 16. We get c is equal to 9. Once we know c, then of course we should update the information. Px is 4x squared plus 12x plus c, that means plus 9 here. After that, they say the x-intercept of a graph is talking about this graph, so we should consider y equal to px minus 169. Replace px by what we know. So it gives you a quadratic expression again. And then they say we are consider the y-intercept. So this graph, I know that is open upward, so approximate is like this. And then cross the x-intercept, y-intercept, something like that. They say the x-intercept, we have to find this point. At this point, we don't know the x left-right position, but we know that the height is 0. So even though I don't know what is x coordinate, but I know the height, that means the y coordinate is 0. So whenever we say x-intercept, the implication is y equal to 0. When y equal to 0, what is corresponding value of x? So we write down at intercept point, we know that y is equal to 0. So basically, we are solving a quadratic equation. And then you may use your calculator, formula 1. Input each coefficient and then it gives you the answer directly. Or you may solve it by factorization. Divide both sides by 4 first to make it smaller. And then it's obvious to create 40. We have 8 times 5. So I want plus 8 minus 5. So that 8 times negative 5 gives you negative 40. At the same time, 8 minus 5 gives you positive 3. Finally, by the zero product rule, something times something equal to 0. That means at least one of the factor is equal to 0. If not the first one, then the next one equal to 0. X is equal to negative 8, while or x may equal to 5. So they say x-intercept. It's not a coordinate, but just a single value. So one of the x-intercept is negative 8, and the second one is 5.